Yeah, we back. Now, I know y'all read the title and was like, oh my goodness, bro, this dude has no shame. This dude has no integrity, and he already knows how low intelligence his audience is that he could even pull stunts like this. But let's get into it. The reason why I'm making this video is because not only do I have an obligation to push back against any and all propaganda that Tariq is pushing against black people anywhere across the world, but because Tariq Nasheed is accusing a black woman of scamming when himself and his own family has been scamming the black community, and not only his own community in Black America, but my community as well. My community in Haiti. He has stolen hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars, himself and his mother-in-law, from my people. And because he decided to hop on Twitter and pull this stunt, I think it's time to address it directly. Let's get into it. Now, if you look up on the screen, you'll see Tariq Nasheed put out a tweet. It says, "Is this another non-FBA capitalizing and finessing from FBA deaths? All Black Lives Matter Bristol co-founder charged by police with fraud over missing money." Now, I went into the comment section, and I seen his audience talking about, lock her up, throw away the key. Yeah, I hope she gets the maximum sentence. I hope she gets locked up for life. Yeah, throw away the key, burn the key, destroy the key, lock her up forever. So, I went into the article. I had to go read what they were saying because I was like, why they so riled up? Why they so riled up? Now, of course, from my previous videos, I told you Tariq Nasheed's business model is to constantly keep his audience off balance, emotionally off balance. So when you're going through your day, he puts out an inflammatory headline that gets you emotionally triggered, emotionally riled up, right? Listen, they don't even know this woman. This is a 21, 22-year-old black woman, probably a college student, and they talking about she needs to go away for life. So I'm like, damn, what she do? So I had to go into the article and read it. And obviously, listen, none of his audience read it. Like I said, man, this is the GED class. This is the slow class. This is the 2.2 GPA having, dropped out in the 8th grade type people, bro. Smoking a black and mild on the porch with no money in the bank type people, bro. Listen, I had to go read the article, and let's read it together. And then you can come to the conclusion if she did indeed capitalize and finesse or steal money, and if she deserves to be locked up and the key thrown away and get the maximum sentence like his audience was proclaiming in the comment section. Let's get into it. The article starts out by saying, one of the organizers of the Black Lives Matter demonstration that saw the toppling of Edward Colston's statue has been charged with fraud over a fundraiser linked to the protest movement. Zara Salim, age 22, was also one of the co-founders of the All Black Lives Bristol movement, but in January, she will appear before magistrates in Bristol charged with 2 counts of fraud by abuse of position. It follows a lengthy fraud investigation by Avon and Somerset police, which looked into money which allegedly went missing from a crowdfunder initially set up for the demonstration on June 7th in 2022. Money allegedly went missing from the GoFundMe page called Brist BLM for Changing Your Mindset, which was a St. Paul's-based youth group. The second count relates to a crowdfunder page called Bristol Protesters Legal Fees, which raised money for people facing criminal proceedings in relation to protests in the city. Now, when I went into the article, I noticed a few things. Number one, her movement had nothing to do with anything about black Americans, right? Her movement was behind the toppling of a statue of a British slave trader, okay? That is what her movement was about, right? It wasn't about no George Floyd. It wasn't about no Ahmaud Arbery. It wasn't about no black American, nothing, right? It had nothing to do with the deaths of any black Americans, right? She was behind the toppling of a statue of a degenerate slave trader. In fact, around that time when many statues were coming down, Tariq Nasheed was actually in support and encouraging the statues coming down, right? But now, fast forward later on, because now he has an agenda to push, he has propaganda to push, now he's now against the toppling of statues of slave traders, right? And because his audience has one brain cell in their entire cranium, they wanted this 22-year-old black woman to go to jail for years and years and decades because she toppled the statue of a European slave trader. They didn't even bother to read the article. Now, not only did I read the article, I went and did some independent research on who this guy is, who this Edward Colston gentleman is, and why his statue was toppled. And after we discuss him, I'll give you my reason why I think she's being brought up on charges. Now, let's get into it. Edward Colston was an English merchant, slave trader, philanthropist, and Troy member of parliament. Colston followed his father in the family business, becoming a sea merchant, initially trading in wine, fruits, and textiles, mainly in Spain, Portugal, and other European ports. By 1680, he became involved in the slave trade as a senior executive of the Royal African Company, which held a monopoly on the English trade in African slaves. He was a deputy governor of the company in 1689 to 1690. Colston supported and endowed schools and other public institutions in Bristol, London, and elsewhere. His name was widely commemorated in Bristol landmarks, and a statue of him was erected in 1895. Now, I'm just going to get right into it. I think The reason why she's being brought up on charges is because she destroyed the statue of one of their most venerated European ancestors. She destroyed the statue of one of their most venerated European ancestors who created many institutions for the British people. A man who they love, a man who they look at as a man of respect, honor, who they venerate and they respect and they worship, right? She destroyed his statue. And there are many British people who are proud of their ancestry, who are proud of what their ancestors done, regardless of the slavery, the pillage, the plunder, the genocide, the massacres. They love their ancestors like any other people. And she destroyed that statue. And if Tariq really loved black people like he claimed, if he really loved black women as he claimed, he would see that this is obviously a fraudulent case with no substance to it. And his audience wants this woman to go to jail for life because she toppled the statue of a European slave trader. And these people will say they pro-black. Oh, we the revolutionary FBA. And you guys wonder why I say these guys was on the slow bus. These guys was in the back of the class chewing on their pencils. These guys had a 2.2 GPA. These guys dropped out in the 7th grade when we were learning about long division. These guys are just not intelligent black people. You know, yes, I love black people around the world, but that does not mean I'm delusional. A lot of us are just not intelligent human beings. We're just not smart people. You know, we're just not smart. We're just not intelligent. A lot of us. And because of that, Tariq Nasheed is able to forge a living for himself off the backs of these people who are just not smart, right? If they did 5 minutes of research like I did, how could you come into that comment section and talk about, yeah, lock her up for the maximum sentence? What sense does that make, bro? Logically speaking, what sense does that make? Why would you not be in support of the destruction of a statue of a European slave trader? Why would you want a 22-year-old black woman to go to jail for years and decades because she destroyed the statue of a slave trader? And how is Edward Colston's statue coming down related to FBA in any way? How is that related to Tariq Nasheed or Black America in any way? Wouldn't you support that? I support that. Who, like, bro, destroy all the statues of the slave traders. What black person could ever have a problem with that or want to see another black person punished because they did that? Yo, you mean to tell me these dudes are not the house Negroes? Yo, bro, these are worse than the house Negroes, bro. Tariq Nasheed is the descendant of the house Negroes that was sucking dick. The men house Negroes, the male house Negroes, not the women, the male house Negroes that was sucking dick. He's the descendant of those men. Yes. And all his followers are the same ones. Every Tariq Nasheed follower that's a man, they are the descendant of the black men that was in the big house sucking dick. And you can't tell me different. We can see it by their actions. This is beyond shameful, bro. This is beyond shameful, bro. You would only expect a white nationalist, a European nationalist, to be upset that a statue of a slave trader had to come down, bro. This is insane. Why would you want to lock up a 22-year-old black woman for this? And why is his audience such low intelligence that they would not even click the article to read a couple paragraphs on what the hell he was even posting? They just see a headline, non-FBA, and oh, lock him up, throw him away, throw him in the ocean. No, these dudes are insane, bro. These dudes are ashamed. And this is why I'm gonna keep my foot on their neck, bro, because, you know, they're just embarrassing to our race. They're just embarrassing to our race because we all wear the same uniform. And then if I go out in the street, people might think that I'm stupid and low IQ as well just because I'm a black man. And I can't have that, bro. We got to make the separation. We got to make the separation and let it be known that there's intelligent black people around the world and then there's the FBA. All right, let's get into it. In the beginning of the video, I had said that Tariq Nasheed has no business accusing anybody of scamming because he and his own family have been scamming for years and decades. Now, I'm going to run some footage of Tariq Nasheed's mother-in-law, the white European mother of his mulatto wife, right? His mixed race wife. His white European mother-in-law was one of many ambulance chasers, con artists, grifters, and scammers who hopped on a plane and went directly to Haiti to fleece donations from people after the 2010 earthquake that took the lives of hundreds of thousands of Haitians. She was one of many who set up a foundation, set up a school to scam donations from the international community. And as we know, natural disasters are big business because the NGOs come in, they set up shop, people collect donations for food, water, etc., reconstruction of houses. Listen, it's big business, bro. It's big business during natural disasters. So Tariq Nasheed's mother-in-law ran to Haiti, collected a bunch of money, and as we know, everyone who went to Haiti after the earthquake in 2010, nothing was built. In fact, many of the victims of the 2010 earthquake are still living under tents, still to this day. So I don't know where all the billions of dollars even went to, but let's run the footage and I'll be back.
Good afternoon. I'm Pastor Connie from Operation Love Ministry based out of North Hollywood, California. Today is July 26th and we're in Flon, Haiti, the site of our future school, vocational school for the children of Leogan. We will also be teaching them English and teaching them about Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we back. Now, That funny shaped European woman that was on the screen, that is Tariq Nasheed's mother-in-law, Miss Connie Cobb. That is his son's grandmother. And after the earthquake in 2010, when people needed food, when people needed houses, when people needed real tangible things, she went over there to provide Jesus Christ. She went over there to preach the word of Jesus Christ. Now, I'm going to say this. Anybody coming to Haiti to teach the word of Jesus Christ to Haitians, knowing our history, knowing who we are as a people, you are going to give Jesus Christ, especially in a time of disaster. You're coming to teach about Jesus Christ. Do you know why Haiti is in such a deplorable state? And do you know why the vast majority of Haitians have lost the revolutionary spirit of the 19th century? It's because of the missionaries that have been coming in since the mid 1800s, teaching us Jesus Christ in exchange for food. That's how they did us, bro. That's how they did us. They said, in order for you to eat, in order for you to, get shelter and food and water, you have to accept Jesus Christ and you have to renounce your identity. You have to denounce your culture. You have to reject your culture. You have to look at your culture as devilish and demonic and hate yourself and accept Jesus Christ. And that is why the Haitians of today are so different from the Haitians of 1805, 1820, 1830, 1840. It's because of that nonsense called Jesus Christ. They have destroyed our revolutionary spirit. They've taken our brain, they put it into a blender, and they've turned it into a smoothie. We are nothing like our ancestors. We have become domesticated puppies because of Jesus Christ. That is why our leaders are puppets to the American imperialist structure, because they grew up under this white Jesus indoctrination. So when they look at Joe Biden, they see Jesus Christ. They can never look at Joe Biden in the eye like Toussaint looked at Napoleon, like Dessalines looked at Thomas Jefferson, like Henry Christophe looked at the French agents who came in 1814 and told him, fuck you. We can't do that no more. Our leaders are puppets now. Our leaders have no backbone. They have no spine because of Jesus Christ. So she came and collected donations. Her pockets got fat, and then she ran back to California, leaving those children in destitute poverty. And all she gave them was Jesus Christ. All she did was destroy their mind for the next generation. So when they grow up and when they're the new leaders, they will also be puppets for the American imperialist structure. They will also be puppets for the international community, because when they see white men, they see Jesus Christ. They see white Jesus. They see divinity. They see God, because of people like Connie Cobb coming with her bullshit ass book trying to teach us about this. Oh my God, I don't want to get my video flagged, but they're trying to teach us about this Jesus Christ. This Jesus Christ that has destroyed our country. That is why so many Haitians have so much self-hatred against their culture, against who they are, against their indigenous religions and spiritual structures that they've established, that they've held on for thousands of years. They look at it as devilish and demonic. They look down on it because of this bullshit ass book that they keep trying to shove down our throats since the first missionaries came in the mid 1850s, setting up those Christian schools. And then Tariq Nasheed has the nerve to tell black immigrants, go back to your country, go back and fight. And then his own mother-in-law is in black countries trying to destroy the warrior spirit out of young children starting from the ages of 3, 4, 5, 6 years old. They could be able to grow up and be warriors, but because it's so many people in the country like Connie Cobb with this bullshit ass book that they keep trying to shove down our throats, teaching them to look the other way, turn the other cheek, love Jesus, worship white Jesus. Oh yes, you will get your compensation when you're dead in the kingdom of heaven. Suffer on earth, be hungry on earth, starve on earth, be thirsty on earth, have no shelter on earth, suffer on earth, and when you're dead, you're gonna get everything that your heart desires. You see, on earth, you can't have anything on earth, right? Only the white people can have stuff on earth because they're God, they're Jesus. But you have to wait, you have to suffer, you have to go hungry, you have to die of malnutrition, you have to, suffer and die. And then when you die, that is when you get the kingdom of heaven, Jesus Christ. Yes, so Miss Connie Cobb, she's destroying the minds of young black children, running and getting her pockets fat and taking the money back to California, where she lives in the same house as Tariq Nasheed, and I'm sure they spent that money well, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure they enjoyed that money that they made. It was billions of dollars made. It wasn't just the Clintons that got rich in the earthquake back in 2010. It was a bunch of small little NGOs, a bunch of small little groups collecting and fleecing donations, just like Miss Connie Cobb. And they got their pockets fat, got their bank accounts fat, and they left the people in the same position, if not worse, than they found them in. She didn't even come with no real solutions, no real tangibles. All she came with was Jesus Christ. And then after that, Tariq Nasheed started to GoFundMe to build houses in Haiti to provide clean water to Haitians. And not a single drop of clean water was delivered, and not a single shack was built. Not a single shack was built. And then he wants to talk about other people trying to capitalize off FBA deaths, falsely accusing them and telling them they need to lock them up and throw away the key, when he himself has fleeced not only his own community of millions of dollars, but black immigrant communities such as myself. And we didn't even call him out on it, but now today we got to call it out. But I cannot believe this guy has such low integrity and his audience has such low intelligence that he can get away with this on a consistent basis. It is insanity, bro. It is insanity. His mother-in-law went to Haiti ambulance chasing, trying to collect donations, and he stayed in America collecting money off GoFundMe. And not a single shack was built. The only thing that was delivered was the word of Jesus Christ. The word of Jesus Christ has not established anything for us, bro. In fact, it has destroyed us as a people, destroyed our identity, created nothing but self-hatred, bro. Haitians are some of the most, in the modern day, Haitians are some of the most self-hating black people in the world. They hate themselves. They hate their identity. They hate their spirituality. They hate their ancestors because of this Jesus fucking Christ. A major reason why the country can't move forward is because so many people got their brains enshackled by this fucking Jesus Christ in this fucking book. This fucking bullshit ass book that has no value. That book takes black people who could grow up to be the next coming of Dessalines, the next coming of Toussaint, the next coming of Christophe, and it turns them into domesticated puppies who are obedient to white folks. It turns them into spineless cowards in front of white folks. That's why when the white man sends his delegation into the country, he gets everything he wants with no hesitation, no pushback. Because so many of them have grown up under this fucking Jesus fucking Christ. I don't give a fuck what any Christian in the audience feels what I'm saying. You don't understand how much this has destroyed my people. This has destroyed my people. This has destroyed our identity. And those of us who have retained our identity and still love our culture, our own people, look at us with hatred. Look at us like demons. Look at us like they look down on us because we love ourselves. They look down on us because of this fucking Jesus Christ. And that is what Tariq Nasheed's mother went down to Haiti to provide after the earthquake. She was collecting donations because she thinks that after an earthquake, after 300,000 people die, what they need is Jesus Christ. Are you serious? Are you fucking serious right now? And don't even get me started on that social media app called More Us that Tariq Nasheed was going to start, that he collected hundreds of thousands of donations for, that never got off the ground. Don't even get me started on that hidden history museum that was supposed to be 3 floors, have a movie theater, have a backyard, have a conference room, and all it was a damn convenience store or a deli that the Mexicans be making chopped cheese sandwiches in. Don't even get me started on the hundreds of thousands of dollars that he made trying to repackage Wikipedia information about Haitian history. Come on, man. Y'all go to my playlist section. Y'all see how in depth I provide in detail about Haitian history. And y'all go see that bullshit ass DVD that he put out called 1804. I didn't even watch 1804 because number one, my mother told me about my history when I was 7, 8, 9 years old. I did not need no goofy looking ex-pimp from Alabama who dropped out in the 8th grade to teach me about my history. My mother already did that. My grandmother already did that. My grandmother was born in the 1920s, which means that her parents were born in the 1800s, and their parents were the children of the Haitian revolutionaries. So I have direct accounts from people whose ancestors were actually there. And then he has the nerve to talk about black people from other locations are capitalizing off FBA when they didn't even mention FBA. All they did was take down a statue of a European slave trader, something that you should be in support of if you claim to really love black people, especially since Tariq Nasheed is always talking about, oh, shout out to the black British family, the black British family. And now you're talking about a black British woman needs to go to jail for decades because she took down the statue of a British slave trader. Are you serious right now? And nobody can see that this guy is a damn agent working for the federal government to sow division amongst black people around the world and sow hatred amongst us so we cannot come together and defeat our enemies? Honestly, at the end of the day, I lay the blame directly at the feet of black men as a collective. Because if more of us were actually intelligent, if more of us were actually leaders instead of followers, a man like Tariq Nasheed would have no space to exist. But because so many of us are incompetent, mentally, socially, financially, politically, it makes room for smooth talking con artists like Tariq Nasheed to penetrate the community and run off like a thief in the night with millions of dollars. And on top of that, he's getting his own white European mother-in-law to get in on the scam so they can all keep it in the family. So they can all, you know what I mean, shake the pot, get all the money in the pot. Because at the end of the day, the only thing that he cares about is himself and his children. He does not care about the collective, you know? And I'm going to close out this video with Tariq Nasheed. Like I said, the Hidden History Museum. Take a look up on the screen. This is what he promised. And then I'm going to play the video of what he delivered. And then you tell me if he did not scam the people. You tell me if he does not deserve to be in prison. Him and his mother-in-law, they deserve to be in prison the same way they want this innocent 22-year-old black woman who destroyed the statue of a European slave trader to be in jail for decades. I think Tariq Nasheed and his mother-in-law should be in jail for life. Lock him up, destroy the key, cremate the key, incinerate the key, throw the key in the ocean. Because what bigger crime can you commit than to destroy the heart, mind, and spirit of young, innocent black children? It doesn't get no more destructive than that. And on top of that, to make a profit off the back of that. Not only did she destroy the minds of the next generation, she was also requesting donations to fill up her own bank account. Now, listen, I'm going to run the footage of what Tariq Nasheed delivered for the Hidden History Museum, and y'all tell me who's the bigger scam artist. Zara Salim, who's innocent. Matter of fact, hashtag free Zara Salim. You know what I mean? I hope she beat the case, because I already know the only reason that she is going through what she's going through is because she secured a big victory against the enemy when she destroyed the monument of one of their legendary ancestors. Destroyed that damn statue, threw it in the damn ocean, destroyed that piece of shit, bullshit ass statue. And I support her. Matter of fact, if I can figure out a way to, you know what I mean, contribute to her legal fees, I'm gonna do that, you know, because I actually love black people. I'm not gonna go on the side of the FBA talking about she needs to go to jail for 25 years. No, I'm gonna take the side of people who love black people, and I'm gonna figure out a way to put money in her pocket so she can fight the case, so she can go to court and she can come out on top. Now, y'all go ahead, take a look at Tariq Nasheed's Hidden History Museum that he delivered. Y'all saw the picture that I put up of what he promised and then what he delivered, and y'all tell me if he's not guilty of fraud and shouldn't be in prison. It's your boy Neferkari Desaline back in the building, yes indeed, and I'm gone. Peace.
All right, so we are at the museum spot that we just purchased out here in Los Angeles. Beautiful space, man, beautiful, beautiful space. This is the museum space. We're gonna put a lot of good stuff in here. Some of the stuff that you see is not gonna be in here, but we just got the place, man. We officially own this building here in Los Angeles on Jefferson. Man, great space, nice outside. We're gonna have some stuff going on outside here in the back. So we got some stuff in the back that we're gonna have some outdoor events and all that stuff happening. So this is gonna be real fly. So y'all stay tuned.
Reincarnated, I'm back in original fashion. I left on a horse and came back in the ass, and I left with abundance and came back to famine. We used to be pyramids, now we be rapping. Look how the mighty have fallen. Used to be running, now we be walking. When you be cooning, that's when they applauded. Selling your soul, your sons and your daughter. Gotta come up in this shit, they stuck in the mix. Really, my heart it be breaking. That's why I'm stacking that paper and handle my business. Pass it down in generation. Talking about money and power and building a nation. That's a deadly combination. Never be watching the TV, they pushing agendas, falsifying information. Know they got malice intentions. Step in the room and I'm feeling the tension. Enemy watching, he blocking my vision. Pay for the check cause I need my redemption. Building my kingdom, I need it protected. Ready for war like a young Money Congo. Never decided the team is the motto. Up in the crib and I'm whipping up waffles. Up in the crib and I'm smoking gelato. I'm chilling, I'm taking my pain and make it ambition. I'm blessed by the gods, but I ain't religious. I came for the power, they came for the bitch. They making no hourly wage, I got business. This shit is an art and they could never be taught. Selling my soul, I can never be bought. Play with my money, I see you in court. Run to the check and I do it for sport. Babylon falling, I go to the source. Packing my luggage and go overseas. Shorty be with me and she so elite. Shorty be chocolate, I'm calling her Hershey. Secret intelligence probably gon' murk me. Don't fuck with brands cause nigga I'm Haitian. Say the wrong shit and you're smacking their faces.